Hello world. Today is Tuesday, June 16th. It's 3:12 p.m. and this is another vlog, a 10-minute raw and edited talk about what is top of mind. So this is the second one of today. Earlier, around 12:30, I did a 10-minute one. Now, then I went to this event, how to create a startup. Then I hung out in the cafe for 30 minutes, had a coffee. And I talked to people. Now I'm back here and in the co-working space, and I have to spend the next day, like the whole day here, like dedicating time into like pushing the startup forward. And it's great that I was just at this event called How to Create a Startup. And now, like, to be clear, like, first, Luminolog, like AI journaling, thinking companion. I might rename it to Articula, and make it like, it's not just, like, the brand is like AI journal, but it's also a speaking development tool, and it's a tool for training your ability to articulate yourself, and that's the emphasis. It's the emphasis about the process, the practice of using a lot of words every day, talking to the camera, to your microphone, or just typing out or handwriting things every day into your journal. And I'll call it Articula, or something like that. The name, I'm thinking just to change the Luminolog name. But the point is, this is the startup that I'm building. And number 2 is Augme.world, is the AI influencer that's creating user-generated content on a loop. And for me right now, the focus is like execution, making the software run, making the design happen so you can feel it and use it. So just like today, I'm just focused on this, like Luminolog, and focused on Augme.world and putting out there in the world. And what I wanted to talk about here is like, the event was called How to Create a Startup, and one of the things is like, you have to get used to like the default of no. The no is the default, and nobody gives a shit, and no one is going to help you, and you just have to have this persistence, perseverance. They called it just like that's the word that they used, but it was something like that. But it was a really great session, like breaking it down, talking about this time. And it was, shout out to James at Vark, and it was quite good. And returning to this idea of like Luminolog, and talking about what it actually takes to create this billion-dollar startup, and what it takes to create a tool that millions of people use every day for multiple hours per day, and that benefits them. And the key properties of that is like, you're training your thinking, you're training your now it's like we're creating a new paradigm, we're creating a new rule, we're creating a new thing, and like being conscious and aware of what like you're actually doing is super critical, and like if you can appreciate that what you're creating is a new a new a new practice, a new culture, a new activity, a new way of cultivating yourself. And what I'm actually creating here is like, I have to like be very clear, like this is replacing education. This is replacing all of mental health, and just massively disrupting the way that we operate. So just like me, like Conrad, like breaking it down into like the exactly like what you are trying to do here, like is it will determine if you make it or break it. Like if you actually make, if you're able to like create this thing, and the thing is like, it's about being more clear, and it's about not losing sight of the goal. And it's like, you know, setting the goal, and then running the agentic loop towards that goal, and finding breakthroughs and solutions. Oh, I just had this thought about, there was an exchange with this like girl at the cafe, and I was like, so what I'm doing now is like, I'm talking about something, a movie scene in my life that just happened like about an hour ago. And what Luminolog, this AI thinking tool, allows you to do is catch yourself, know what you don't know, find out what you don't know. And you do that by talking a lot, by explaining things, by communicating things. So I will just explain, like this girl, I was trying to get a coffee with a friend, like you get a free coffee if you match with a friend. And there was a girl walking to the register, and I was like, shit, should I go and talk to her, ask her if she wants to get a coffee? And earlier we were at the same event, and we were chatting a bit earlier, and we are in like familiarity, kind of know each other. But then I held back, and I was just like lost in my thoughts and thinking, like doubting, hesitating. And anyway, like I'm just describing the scene, and then later I was like, oh wait, did you already order? And I talked to her. It's like, oh, I thought I was hoping we could get a coffee using this, get a free coffee and match things and get an NFT. But anyway, like why I'm bringing it up is like I'm exploring this this scene, this interaction, and just letting it be. And I'm not like coming to any like conclusions or judging or feeling any certain way about it. But I'm just like, then I went to another person that I knew, and then we got the coffee, and we spent like 15 minutes talking. And then I went back to the co-working space, and that was all fine. But it left me with a feeling of a missed opportunity. I think that's what I really wanted to express, and that's what I believe, like the value of such an app like a Luminolog or Articula, if I call it that, is the value of that is that it allows you, it gives you this container where you can explore these ideas, where you can relive and make connections, where you can have a memory of your past experiences and feelings and thoughts, and so it does become a way of merging with the AI. And I should just make that my headline: merge with AI, and call it like Articula or something, or dialecta. Dialecta. And the idea is very simple. It's a simple app of that. But the spirit, the intention of it is really the magic thing. It's really about the spirit, the intention, and what you're trying to do, what kind of impact you're having. And for me, like, I just described that scene because I had this feeling in the back of my mind, in my body, in my chest, like, it's kind of like a kind of a sadness, a kind of a sharp pain. Like, I just missed an opportunity. I could have had a really interesting, good conversation with this person, and we could have gotten. She could have gotten a coffee. I could have gotten a coffee, and I've been asking her to get a coffee with me. I literally asked her like three days before, no, last Thursday, if we could get a coffee, and here was my freaking opportunity, and I just let it pass me by. But you know, the important thing is, like, right now what I'm doing is, like, I'm speaking out loud, and I'm demonstrating the power, the beauty, the benefits of a video AI journal app, which would capture this and put it into vector database and allow you to be able to just reference it in the future and come back to it. And for me, it's like, what I'm really feeling is like, I experienced that, I felt that, and then I walked out and I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I should go talk to her again, like, even though I just like dropped the ball on this, but I could just make the best of the situation and like just go talk to her anyway, and just see what she's doing, thinking and feeling. But then anyway, like, I just walked, I was like, I just have to focus and just get to the co-working space and move on. But the thing is, like, as I'm just like describing an experience and describing the scene and this sequence of events, which is just what happened, I'm also like, yeah, I'm like noticing, afterwards I felt like, oh, it's a missed opportunity, kind of like sadness. And then I had to kind of unpack it, and then I had made that connection. Oh, I actually asked her to get a coffee on last Thursday, and then I actually like, we planned it for Friday. I just asked her for Friday, and she's like, oh, text me on Instagram. Then I texted her, but she didn't reply. So actually, I'm feeling like she doesn't want to fucking reply. And so at the same time, it's like, if she wanted to reply and get a coffee with me, then like she would have. But also, she's just like European reserved, and formal, and like occupied, and like, that's fine. And like, but like for me, it's like, I'm also just like, I'm good. Like, okay, if she's not interested, then I would just move on. But at the same time, I'm asking myself, if how much of it is on me, and how much of it is something that I just generate, like through my energy, my tone of voice, the words I use. How much of what I bring to that situation is a kind of like loser energy, like I'm not confident and just feeling like I will just waste her time, and that kind of like builds and submits like an image in her mind of this color, this tone, this frequency of a kind of like this loser energy that she just like knows has to respond just very distantly and cool. And then like I'm like, oh, okay, but then like, so I can just like try to not carry that loser energy and just come up to her, approach her, and speak to her with a tone, with a body language, with the words that convey confidence and a feeling of expectation of a beneficial exchange of time and energy and conversation. Like if you were able to bring that, then you would prime. It's really about priming. What kind of response do you prime? And I think here, maybe I primed this kind of rejection response. And so this story is just like an example of like how you can unpack a. Previously, I just had this vague feeling of like this kind of whist opportunity, kind of sucks. And then I just like unpacked it, but that can only be done through speaking, through words, through thinking and exploration. And then like, so basically what I'm saying is like the AI journal, AI thinking companion is exactly this kind of tool where is a space for you to unpack ideas, analyze things, get clear on your thinking, on your energy, on what you bring out to the world, and strategize and find out what are the blind spots and missed opportunities, and find out what are the things that you need to be doing. So that's the best, like in a nutshell, what the fucking like you can do, what kind of magic you can do. So it's absolutely amazing what you can do, like if you just have a clarity and just like appreciate the power of like what technology can give us. So I'm ending it here and sending you good thoughts, frequencies, and vibrations, because every thought matters. May you be free from suffering. Thank you for listening and watching.